welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing Ghostbusters Afterlife. So this movie was directed by Jason Reitman, so Ivan Reitman's son. Stars Carrie Coon, Paul Rudd, Phil Whiffen, a Wolfguard, and McKenna Grace. And this is pretty much the true sequel, probably to the first one, because if I'm not mistaken, in this movie they didn't really mention the second movie. So yeah, a bit weird there. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if they did, but I'm pretty sure they never. But yeah, this one is pretty much a true sequel to the first two movies. It is, and it was okay. It was a pretty good movie. I'd probably give it. I won't give my thing right now, but you know, story is Carrie Coon character and her family have to get evicted, and they inherit her father, who is Egon Spengler's estate, or like a house out in the place of nowhere, absolutely nowhere, and all that. But they are. She's estranged from him because he left them when he was young, when they were young, and all that. And which you learn later on in the movie, was pretty much to kind of save the world, really, and all that. But yeah, they get learn all the secrets of his, like the daughter McKenna Grace, who is probably the star of the movie, probably the best character in the movie as well. And that's not really saying much because the others are just there. They are to progress the story. They are, but yeah, she finds out a few things, you know, the secrets of her grandfather and why he's in this place and all that. And yeah, this movie has a great beginning and it has a really good beginning and a really good end. So, you know, the bookends of this movie are really good. It's the middle parts that are not great, kind of boring in parts as well. When you've seen in the trailer, and they're chasing the ghost through the town is probably the only exciting part in the middle part of the movie. Yeah, the characters, like, you got Carrie Coon, the mother. She's good in it. Like, the characters are good, as in they're acting good, but they're pawns in the movie to be there and all. I like Carrie Coon's character and Paul Rudd are kind of there. It's like they're there because this is the same villain as the first movie. It's Gozer, so they're there because they need a keymaster and a gatekeeper. So they're there for that. Paul Rudd's character is supposed to be a seismologist. He is, and he's in this little town, but he's teaching. But they don't really go that far. They have a little scene in the classroom with McKenna Grace about that, and that's all you get with him, to be honest. He's there just to be one of the dogs, especially like the first movie with Rick Moranis and Sigourney Weaver, who were pretty much in that movie just for that, really. It is. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It is a weak story and a weak script. They could have done something a bit different. Like the game had a pretty good story. I think they mentioned Gozer in the game as well, but like she was handling to the architect, who was a bigger, more powerful demon or ghost or whatever in the game. So they could have done something like that. But yeah, pretty weak story. No surprising, they do bring back, not really a spoiler because it's all over the place, the three main characters. Obviously Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Ernie Hudson's characters, they come back, but they're pretty much there in the end. They just turn up at the end and all that. And yeah, I won't spoil the ending and that. It's not really a spoiler what I just said. They come back, but it is an emotional ending. Did bring a little tear to my eye. It is. But like I said, the main problem for this movie is, I don't think I've ever seen a movie which hits so much nostalgia from its original movie. So you could probably say Star Wars: The Force Awakens was kind of a carbon copy of the first Star Wars movie, but I think it had enough of its own to do its own thing and all. I had a bit of some Easter eggs and a bit of nostalgia, but this one's nostalgia overdrive. There's so much in this movie where, like, little things like a little crunch bar in Spengler's jacket or his overalls, which obviously is a thing from the first movie. His lines in it from the first movie. Like I said, I don't think they mention anything of number 2, which is canon to the movie, actually. So, but yeah, it's like I said, overall I enjoyed it. Like, the acting's good, the CGI is really good, and I like the setting as well of a rundown town and that. But like I said, it's a kind of a weak story to it. They don't develop the characters enough. Like, Finn Wolfhard's character may as well just be non-existent in the movie, because he is not. I don't even know why he's in the movie for. He has literally nothing really to do in it, except for driving, fixing the Ecto 1 and driving it. That's it. I think that's his whole story is. There's characters in your actors. I can't remember. The girl Finn Wolfhard fancies, her father's, I can't remember his name now, but he's in loads of things. He's literally in it for one scene. Believe it or not, J.K. Simmons is in this movie, and he's in it for less than a couple of minutes. He is, so it's a wasted opportunity right there. But yeah, it's I liked it, but then again, like the nostalgia part of me loved them parts, you know, put a big smile on my face, but my movie loving brain can't help but dissect what was wrong with this movie, and I give it a 6 out of 10. It's, like I said, it's well directed, well acted and that, but like I said, the story, the script, and not really having that much of an original idea, because they bring back Gozer again. Like I said, they could have brought back someone else, or they could have just made up someone else to make it a bit better. But like I said, the beginning of the movie and the end of this movie are what makes this movie for me. The middle parts are a bit meh, I'm not too bothered about overall. But yeah, I give it a good 6 out of 10. I do recommend you watch it if you're a Ghostbusters fan. It's much better than the 2016 remake. Miles better than that. But unfortunately, I don't think, as much as people diss on number 2, I do prefer number 2, because another thing I say, because you take it out of New York's its own character. It's its own character, and it has its own things and all that with it. You know, its own characteristics and that. Put in a dirty old town, it doesn't feel. It didn't suit the movie, unfortunately. But like I said, 6 out of 10. A good average movie. I'll definitely own it when it comes out. And hopefully they're going to bring out a Dan Mumford designed steelbook like he's done for the last 3 movies, because they have pre-ordered. I haven't pre-ordered the movie on the other steelbook. It's sold out now on Zavi, but I'm hoping the Dan Mumford one does come out. So yeah, if you like this review, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought of the movie. And if you'd like to see more reviews like this, please subscribe to my channel. And I will see you next time. Bye.